We came here tonight expecting perhaps a room full of parents to voice support for Warren Jefferson's school resource officer, Adam Chinchick. What we're seeing is already a packed house. There are dozens of people here. And
it's not that they want the Lordstown plant to be empty. It's just that it's easier for GM to get in there and retool it. And it's faster if there's nobody working in that plant. Sam, we just wrapped up an interview with Struthers Police Chief telling us a little bit more about what happened here tonight. It was one of these homes on 5th Street. And 5th Street, you can see, is still closed down because there is still an active situation. All the patients have been transferred out of the hospital by now. This building will close at 12:01 a.m. It's called The Wall That Heals, and starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, volunteers and organizers are going to be out here putting everything in this truck up. It's a 375-foot wide wall. More than 58,000 names of American soldiers who were killed in Vietnam will be on this wall. A lot of people went back in these woods to party and hang out. But when Boehm and Menendez's bodies were recovered, the Army Corps of Engineers made the decision to gate this road off. About 20 minutes ago, people started piling off the bus that got back here from Columbus, carrying local lawmakers, union leaders, and people from the community. They had a good day in Columbus. They didn't want to stay out here and talk to us because it's cold and it's windy, and well, they've had a really long day. As a girl, Sarah Boehm walked these streets every day. This is the road that she took to get to school. This was her playground for 14 years. But at 14 years old, she walked out of that door and walked down these streets for the last time. All the patients have been transferred out of the hospital by now. This building will close at 12:01 a.m. The nurses union president, Lori Hernberger, came down here and talked with us a little while ago. She's behind me. She said people were let go throughout the day, so they weren't all leaving at the same time, but when they left, it was for the last time. Take a look at the group behind me. This is a group of nurses and former nurses. They've come here to say goodbye. They are celebrating the work they've done for this community. They've got a cake that says congratulations to more than 50 plus years of this union. They're crying, there are tears, there's a lot of people talking about all the memories that they've had here. It's been barely over a month since Stewart Healthcare announced Northside Regional Medical Center were closed. The 468 employees were shocked. Some of them worked here their whole careers. The nurses union, representing the 200 or so nurses, worked to get all of them a fair severance package, and finally last week, Stewart and the union reached an agreement. The terms of that were not disclosed. One of the women who is out here we talked to just a while ago, worked here her entire career. She just retired a couple months ago. Not only that, but she was born here, and both of her children were born here. She has said she walked on these sidewalks, she's protested, she's struck. She talked to me about the history that this building has and the memories it holds for her. We'll have her story tonight at 10 and 11. For now, I'm live on Youngstown's North Side. Mandy Noell for WKBN 27 First News.
Well, we came here tonight expecting perhaps a room full of parents to voice support for Warren Jefferson's school resource officer, Adam Chinchick. What we're seeing is already a packed house. There are dozens of people here, and if you look at the wall behind me, those are a lot of first responders. There are police officers, there are fire department first responders as well, and they are lining the walls. There are other police officers in here that are in their uniforms, here to show their support for Adam Chinchick. This happened earlier this month. The police union says Chinchick wrote several warnings to school principal Carrie Boyer. She was parking in a handicapped spot. Finally, about 3 weeks ago, he wrote her a parking ticket, and within an hour, Warren City Schools Superintendent Steve Shiro had Chinchick escorted off the property. Shiro said he believed the parking ticket would cause an adverse effect on the relationship between Boyer and Chinchick, make things a little bit awkward. The police union has had several meetings with the district, but neither side has given us any more information. 2 Fridays ago, Shiro issued an apology to Chinchick and the Warren Police Department. At the time of the removal, a union representative had said that Chinchick didn't want to return to the school after what had happened. This room is standing room only at this point. The meeting doesn't even start for another 20 minutes. We're going to stay here, stay at the meeting. We'll send you updates live from the meeting, Dave, and I'll have a full report tonight at 10 and 11. For now, live in Warren, Mandy Noell for WKBN 27 First News. Good evening, I'm Mandy Noell.
And I'm Stan Boney. Tonight we hear from the father of Mark Mason Jr., the young boy stabbed to death Monday night in Lawrence County's Union Township.
The man charged with killing him will be in court tomorrow. The story is disturbing. The details are hard to hear. Remembering the 8-year-old described as a hero is our top story tonight at 11.
My son's a victim, yes, but my son's a hero. And I want my son remembered as a hero, not a victim.
Mark Edward Mason Jr., beloved brother and son.
I want everybody to know that my son fought. My son fought him. He just wasn't strong enough. How can an 8-year-old fight a 43-year-old man with a knife?
That 43-year-old, police say, is Keith Burley, released from prison in March, where he served 20 years after pleading guilty to third-degree murder. According to children who saw it happen, Burley said, "Die, die," while stabbing Mark Jr. with a pink camo knife. This is video from Tuesday morning after Burley fled Union Township to Youngstown. U.S. Marshals picked him up on the street. Our crews were there as he was cuffed. Mark Mason Sr. says his 8- and 7-year-olds fought back.
My kids did everything I taught them to do. I told them if anything like that ever happened, Marky, you protect your mom and you protect your brother. And Matthew, you run and get help. And don't you stop running until you find somebody.
Monday night, there was a domestic dispute over cell phones between Burley and the boy's mother. Police say Burley took a car with the 2 boys inside and ended up at this house where things got violent.
But you tried, and you got away and you threw a chair at him. I'm so proud of you.
State police say that's what Matthew did. Troopers say Burley chased Matthew but couldn't catch him. He ran until he found an adult and told him his brother was hurt. Mark Jr. was dead a short time later. His father says he was a strong, brave boy who fought back.
It cost my son his life, but he fought.
Tonight, his father describes Mark Jr. as smart for his age and says he's missing all the small things.
He loved playing outside. And I never thought I'd miss his whining. But yesterday I missed his whining so bad.
What would he whine about?
Everything.
Mark Jr. leaves behind 6 siblings, all under the age of 9. As for Burley, there's an extradition hearing tomorrow to send him back to Lawrence County. Since this is his 2nd homicide charge, and since Mark was only 8, he could face the death penalty. The Lawrence County District Attorney will decide.
Hurt, crushed, like he's young. He just turned 18 January 10th.
Family members devastated after learning that 18-year-old is gone. Good evening, I'm Mandy Noell.
I'm Stan Boney. We begin tonight in Mercer County in the tiny borough of Wheatland, where today family members were crushed to learn that 18-year-old Isaac Green did not make it out of the Shenango River alive.
Officials tell us he got there after running from police following a car chase earlier this week. It's our top story tonight at 11.
Search and rescue crews spent the day on the Shenango River in Wheatland near the Kelly Pipe Company. 18-year-old Isaac Green's family waited for him to turn up, but this afternoon the coroner arrived.
And I wish there was a different outcome for this, but obviously this is God's plan.
Crime brought police to the banks of the Shenango River a few nights ago. Gunshots fired from a car which police soon determined was stolen from Farrell. The suspects wouldn't pull over. Several departments chased them from Farrell to Wheatland. 3 suspects crashed the car, ran, and jumped into the river.
He did not run around getting in trouble. He hung around with people that got in trouble.
He hung around with
the wrong crowd.
Shortly after the chase, Hermitage police officers arrested 18-year-old Travis Brandt on the far side of the river. The other 2 suspects, Green and another, were not found. Regardless of his involvement, Green was loved by his family and recently celebrated the birth of a daughter.
And she's 6 months. So what is she going to grow up without a dad now? Like, that's a hurtful feeling.
The family says they knew about the crash. They asked for help from authorities searching for Green because he didn't know how to swim. Mercer County District Attorney Peter Acker told us on the scene police thought the other 2 made it out of the river. But today when they spoke with Brandt, they realized Green might have had trouble. His body was spotted on the far side of the bank.
He was kind of quiet. He was funny. He liked to crack jokes, but he was a good person.
Green's cousin DAWON Miller has a request for anyone who sees this.
To the community, I really want you guys to pray for my family right now in this time of need because we really need it.
District Attorney Acker says charges haven't been filed on that third suspect. Police have not released his name, but the search is ramping up. He has been seen in the area, and anyone helping him avoid police is looking at charges too. The coroner will do an autopsy on Green to determine his official cause of death.